Good morning, teacher.
Thank you for coming to class today, my one student. My name is Christopher Columbus, and here's my story. I was born in Genoa, a port city in Italy, around 1451. From my earliest days, I was surrounded by the sea and stories of merchants who crossed oceans to bring back silk, spices, and gold. I quickly understood that trade was power, and whoever controlled the trade routes controlled the world. In my youth, Europe depended heavily on trade with Asia, the spices of India, and the silk of China. These were not luxuries but necessities for nobles and merchants. But by the mid-1400s, the old land routes to the east became increasingly dangerous. The Ottoman Empire, rising strong in the east, had captured Constantinople in 1453 and now controlled most of the overland paths that once connected Europe to India and China. This chokehold on trade caused prices to skyrocket and made it nearly impossible for Christian merchants to reach the riches of the East. The Portuguese were trying to go around Africa, but that was a long and risky route. I began to think, what if I could find a faster, western path across the ocean to reach the East?
Wow, that's really impressive of you. That's such a smart idea.
Thank you. Anyways, as I was trying to say, I believed the Earth was round, and though my estimates of the globe's size were off, I was convinced I could sail west and reach India directly, avoiding the Ottomans. I spent years trying to gain support. After many rejections, Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand of Spain agreed to fund my journey. They wanted the same thing I did, a new trade route that would bypass the Ottomans and bring wealth to Spain. In 1492, I set sail with the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, aiming for the Indies. After 5 weeks at sea, we sighted land, what I thought was Asia, but I had not reached India. I had unknowingly reached the islands in the Caribbean. Though I never found the direct route to Asia I dreamed of, my voyages opened up entirely new paths of trade and exploration. Spain would go on to grow wealthy from the gold, silver, and resources of the New World. My journey was driven not by chance of curiosity alone, but by a desperate need to break the Ottoman monopoly on Eastern trade. My name is remembered not just because I crossed the Atlantic, but because I dared to find a new way to connect East and West, even if I didn't fully understand the lands I found. Alright, students, just a reminder that our homework of drawing as big of a picture as you can of me is due tomorrow night. So make sure you don't save that until the last second. Make sure you get on building because it will take a while.
Tomorrow? Oh, I thought it was due tonight. It's outside right now.
Oh no, let's see this.
Oh my god, it's so massive.
Hey yo, why is it raining, bruh? I feel like this really big picture of Christopher Columbus took us way too long to make just to show for a couple seconds. So while showing it off, I did want to give a couple fun facts about Christopher Columbus. My favorite of which, although he was a bad guy, he was kind of clever. When he was stranded in Jamaica, him and his crew, the natives at the time, they were feeding his crew, but they got tired of feeding him. So he used his knowledge about the moon, or what Europe knew about the moon, and just celestial events, that in a couple of days, the moon was going to turn like a blood red. And he used his knowledge of that to tell the natives, hey, if you don't keep giving us food, my God is going to get angry and make the moon disappear. And surely enough, that a couple of days went by, and on the day that he said it was going to happen, the moon started turning red, and the natives freaked out, and they kept supplying food to him and his crew. So although he was a terrible, terrible human being, I just thought that that's a really interesting fact that most people don't know, and I just wanted to share that off because I just think that that's just such a clever way to manipulate people. A couple more facts about him. He never actually knew that he landed in the Americas. He died thinking that he actually did reach India, and he never stepped foot on the U.S. mainland. I think that's also another misconception. He only ever landed in the Caribbean islands, and then he never actually set foot any higher than Cuba. Finally, at the time of Christopher Columbus and his voyages, it was pretty well known the circumference of the Earth, and but he claimed that it wasn't as large as people made it out to be. So the only reason why he was actually able to make his voyage west was because he convinced the Spanish crown that it wouldn't be as long of a trip that it actually was. because he didn't think the circumference of the Earth was as big as people said it was. He thought it was like about like 3/4 or like about half as long. So yeah, the only reason why he was able to make his voyage west was because of the fact that he was misinformed and convinced the Spanish crown that it wouldn't be as long of a voyage as it actually was.
Follow at MusamADN1 on Instagram.
I know that you heard of me. No.